Hello everyone, welcome to the hot seat. Today we're gonna have another solo episode, and this one is gonna be super interesting. You're gonna understand why right now. Every time we get close to the end of the year, something switches in my brain. My planner becomes my emotional support object. And if I'm more than 1 meter away from it, immediately anxiety comes. So if you are the same, welcome, you're in the right place. Because looking at 365 days all at once is overwhelming. But when you break it down, everything suddenly feels doable. So hi everyone and welcome back to the hot seat. Today is just me and we are planning for 2026 together. I'm not a new year, new me person at all, but I'm someone who loves realizing, resetting and getting intentional. The end of the year is when I get excited about creating, structure, making, visualizing, growth and deciding who I actually want to become. So many of you have asked me, oh, how do I plan my business? Or how am I always able to do hundreds of things at once? Or like plan my goals, my personal brand, my training, the hot seat, all of my habits. This year I thought, let me show you exactly what I'm doing for 2026 and how I'm using also AI to add clarity without losing my mind. So grab your coffee, your matcha or tea or whatever you love and let's get into it together. So let me start with something honest. Most of us don't fail because of our goals are wrong. We fail because we set a goal and then we don't create any structure. They don't mean anything without system. They're just wishes. So I used to always write all of these goals and close my notebook and hope that something would change magically by itself. But now I focus on the system behind and the goal that I want to pursue. They always have a system to back it up. So that changed everything. So for 2026, I simplify everything into 3 main pillars. The first one is business for me. All of these pillars, by the way, can be different depending on the person. But for me, this is what I want to prioritize. And it's about 23. I want to step into a bigger identity, a bigger system, better system, stronger team, clearer positioning, and more intention when it comes to 23. I want less chaos and more strategy. I want to lead with clarity instead of chaos. I don't want to do everything at once. The second pillar is my personal brand. In 2026, I want my content to reflect all of the side of who I am. The CEO, the marketeer, the woman who trains every day, the one juggling a million of things at once. I don't want to split this side of me anymore. I want my personal brand to feel holistic and to be honest to you guys. And the third pillar is personal development. Personal development is super important. It comes with my habits, my routine, my discipline. This is the foundation, I would say. And I've realized that if I don't take care of my daily habits, nothing will move. This pillar is what makes the other two, the previous two pillars, actually possible. But even with this pillar, looking at the whole year is still overwhelming, right? So I would love to break this even more. Let's break it down into quarter. So every 3 months, I choose just one thing to focus on for each of the pillars. So one business focus, one personal brand focus, one personal development focus, and that's it. Now it sounds simple, right? But focusing on fewer things will help me to get so much more done and realistically done. There is also one question that I always ask myself every year that helps me create direction. And this is super important. Who is the woman that I want to be at the end of 2026? Not how much money I want to make or how many followers I want or how many deals I want to close, but who do I want to become? And that question helps me then build all of the habits that will match the identity that I want to step into. And honestly, this is where AI has been such a game changer for me. Not in a dramatic way, more like having a second brain when my own is a bit overloaded, I would say. I use AI to break big goals into small weekly action. I ask it to predict obstacles I might face. I use it to structure my content calendar, to plan my training routine realistically, to organize my business priority, and even to reflect on what worked last year. On days when my head is too full, AI helps me to zoom out and see things objectively. When I think about my focus area for 2026, everything becomes really clear. And as a businesswoman, this year, I fully step into the CEO role, delegating better, thinking more strategically, building stronger foundation, and creating stability inside of 23. I want to lead, not just to run after tasks. For my personal brand, I want more storytelling, more consistency, and more honesty. I want to share the wins, the failure, the lesson, the lifestyle, and the fitness journey. Everything that makes me, me. I want people to connect with the real version of who I am, not the filtered one. And when it comes to fitness, this is non-negotiable for me. So training is part of who I am now. It keeps me focused, grounded, balanced, and sane. It makes me sharper in business and more consistent in life. I want to continue building the strength in 2026, not for aesthetic reason, but because it generally makes me feel better. And then there is the habit piece. I always say this, your life doesn't change because you change your goals, but your life changes because you change your day. And in 2026, I want my daily habit to reflect the woman I'm becoming, not the woman I used to be. And there is something powerful about building a year that aligns with who you are becoming. Not rushing, not comparing, not trying to fix everything in a month. Just building slowly and consistently. So take a breath, grab your planner, and instead of trying to change your whole life in January, just focus on the system that will make 2026 feel aligned, stronger and meaningful. If you want the exact prompts or template I use for planning, let me know. I'm happy to share everything. So this was it for today. Let's make 2026 a good one. And let me know below in the comment if this episode was helpful for you. Thank you so much, and until the next one.